Hello, all you ravenously beautiful spirits. Good morning. A lot of remotes coming in. I feel like I'm taping two times a day. I just woke up, so please no comments about my looks. This is what I look like when I've just gotten out of bed. Coffee. I'm fine. I'm actually doing a cleanse, which I will share with everybody on Saturday, which is why I feel very... Still having my coffee, but I reduced it down to, I'm only doing like 1 cup now. Okay, so just wanted to make that statement before going into this morning's remote view. Hi, welcome back, those of you who've returned. I don't know how to unblock people on YouTube. Who I've blocked, and I know a lot of people want to come back because there was a big thing. Anyway, email me if you'd like to come back and show me how to unblock you. All right, so got that out of the way. Let's talk. So I'm still in the remote. I haven't cut cord. We're inside the intelligence agencies now. So to be clear, I want to say a couple of things. When I go into an altered state, when I'm in the remote state, I'm in a bubble of light, a shield of protection, and I don't take in anything that would threaten anybody. You know, we don't want to be giving information that is a security risk. So usually the fun thing about this technique is that you get the news 3 weeks early. So here's the remote. We were very, 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 very close to losing our democracy. And what they're showing me today is that there were networks within the intelligence agencies that were coordinated, that it had made its way all the way into advanced, it was quite far into the intelligence agencies. Now, when those networks started to be shut down and are being shut down, that also is a technique that our intelligence agencies used, which is a spook technique. So what they were doing and what they are doing as they gut people in the NSA, Pentagon, and everywhere else, that they are finding these networks that were established with ties to foreign countries, not just one country, by the way. We're talking about countries that are not allies of the United States. So when you spook a network, when you spook a spy, what happens is that they start to want to dump documents, destroy documents, and burn documents. And so that's the kind of energy that you feel when you go into the networks that are working with, say, Russia and other hostile foreign governments. North Korea, I believe, also was involved in some interesting stuff and is open. I think they're open on some social platforms. So the point is that this collapse has been a long time in coming. This near destruction that of the security, etc., of the country. So we have to look at it now, as I've said in the past, that we are now headed towards the investigation is now headed towards the intelligence agencies and the extent to which they were compromised. And I also wanted to emphasize again that one of the ways I got in was through Cassidy Hutchinson. Now, it could be that they were being overly exaggerating in how carefully they were securing her safety, which put her in a state of shock. I think people could see in her testimony that she was completely in shock, and that is certainly how I felt as her. Somebody had wanted to know if I put her at risk. I don't believe so. I believe I probably picked up energy from an experience that had happened weeks ago. By now, she's probably moved on to somewhere else. So no, I don't think that's what's going on. It's a reflection of what had happened, the energy that had happened. The fact that this was somebody who they were so afraid of leaks in our security, Pentagon, intelligence, homeland, that they feared that there would be a tip-off of her location via the intelligence agencies, and that a sniper or someone could potentially harm a witness. Now, there's extremely tight security anytime somebody important is doing anything in D.C., and 99% of the time, it's precautionary and nothing would ever happen. But the fact that they went to those extremes tells me something about just how spooked American intelligence is about how advanced these networks are. So we're now looking at those networks. My report to you, the American people, is that they're dumping. So these networks are now dumping as much classified information as they can. They're trying to get rid of as much incriminating evidence as possible. And I'm sure the people that engineered January 6th are also attempting to destroy as much stuff as possible. So we have the intelligence agencies, which is where this, and the networks inside the intelligence agencies, which is where this investigation has been going. 5 years now. We've been turning a blind eye to leadership in the FBI. That's going to be a big conversation in the coming days, what happened with Homeland Security in Michigan, et cetera, et cetera. So that is where we're headed. And what it looks like for the people investigating the investigators is like massive security dumps, which in a way were deliberately triggered so that they could be tipped off. But it's the frantic sinking of the Titanic. It's Russia's collapse, economic collapse of Russia, which means now more power is concentrated in China and North Korea, which is another way of looking at it. And so that'll be something that we can take a look at in the coming days. But I just wanted to leave you with the fact that from the economic perspective of Russia, it looks like Russia is collapsing economically. It looks like the fact that there's no real military strategy, the fact that Putin is very, very ill. Somebody was concerned about nuclear war if NATO attacked. They're afraid of nuclear war if NATO doesn't do something. The remote has always looked like a block, like almost like soccer, as if Sweden and Finland are doing this to the skies. They're not necessarily attacking or being at war. They're just preventing the advance of any kind of air so that the ground troops can go in and do what they have to do. I also had a remote from Swedish intelligence, etc., that said that it wasn't true that Sweden had not been at war. It's just that when we go to war, we just call it a conflict or a peace mission, or we use language so that we can continue to say that Sweden has not been at war for 200 years. But really, the truth is we have been all over the place with our military. So I thought that I've never been to Sweden, but as this person who was giving me the information was saying that about Sweden, oh yes, we haven't been at war in 200 years. Right. We haven't, we know, no conflict, no Swede has ever been in a military conflict in 200. So it was kind of like joking about what we say versus who we are, that we've very much been involved as a strategic partner with NATO, etc. All right, so I want to leave you with that. I think the war most likely will end and not have to get to that point because of the economic collapse that I see for Russia. I think the people that coordinated with Russia are frantically trying to dump and destroy things, and I think it will not bode well for them. And in the end, everything will be okay. Thank you, everyone. If you're trying to get in for a reading, you can go to tarotwithwhimsy.com, or for a 5-minute quickie, you can go to Wizio. The information is below this video. Be well, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye.